The Galactic Veterinary Summit on Station Kepler 442 was supposed to be routine. Dr. Zixthar, a renowned Velkarian xenobiologist with 3 decades of experience treating creatures from 47 different star systems, had seen it all. Or so he thought. The emergency call came through during the final panel discussion. A distress beacon from Docking Bay 7. A creature had escaped quarantine, a predator from the newly contacted Sol system, specifically from the 3rd planet, Earth. Zixthar's translator implant provided the classification data as he rushed through the corridors with his medical team. Canis lupus familiaris, apex predator lineage, carnivorous, bite force capable of crushing bone. Forward-facing eyes, the universal marker of a hunter. When they arrived at the bay, the scene confirmed his worst fears. The creature was cornered near a cargo container, its lips pulled back to reveal rows of sharp teeth. Its hackles were raised, making it appear even larger than its already intimidating 50-kilogram frame. A low, rumbling growl emanated from deep within its chest, a sound that triggered every prey instinct Zixthar's species had evolved over millions of years. "Seal the bay," Zixthar commanded, his speaking tendrils trembling slightly. "Contact security. We need tranquilizer protocols approved for Earth-class predators." That's when he noticed the 2 humans standing calmly near the entrance. The female, Lisa, wore the standard-issue jumpsuit of a cargo handler. The male, Max, had the insignia of Earth's newly established Interstellar Relations Division on his shoulder. Neither showed any signs of fear. "No need for tranquilizers," Lisa said, her voice steady. She took a step toward the creature. "Stop." Zixthar's translator crackled with the urgency of his warning. "That's an apex predator. Look at its threat display." Max held up a hand. "That's not a threat display, Doctor." "She's scared." "Scared?" Zixthar's 3 eye stalks swiveled in confusion. "It's displaying classic predatory aggression patterns. The exposed teeth, the vocalizations. That's fear," Lisa interrupted gently. She crouched down, making herself smaller. "Hey, Riley girl." "It's okay, sweetie. You're okay." The creature, Riley, shifted its weight, the growl wavering. Its ears, which had been flat against its skull, twitched forward slightly. Zixthar watched in horrified fascination as Lisa extended her hand slowly, palm down. Every instinct screamed at him to pull her back, to protect this foolish human from her own species' predator. His people had spent millennia fleeing from creatures with half the killing potential of this beast. "What are you doing?" he whispered. Max moved beside him, his posture relaxed. "Riley's a rescue dog. She was abused before Lisa adopted her. Loud noises, unfamiliar places, they trigger her anxiety. The ship's docking procedures must have terrified her." "Anxiety?" Zixthar repeated. "You're attributing prey emotions to a predator?" "We're predators too, Doctor," Max said quietly. "Forward-facing eyes, remember? And we get scared just like everything else." Lisa was now within striking distance of the creature. Zixthar held his breath as Riley's dark eyes fixed on the human's outstretched hand. Then, impossibly, the creature's tail began to move, not in an aggressive lash, but in a slow, tentative wag. "Good girl," Lisa murmured. "You're such a good girl." Riley's entire demeanor transformed. The growl dissolved into a soft whine. She lowered her head and pressed it against Lisa's hand, her tail wagging faster now. Within moments, the terrifying predator was leaning against Lisa's legs, making sounds that could only be described as contentment. Zixthar's speaking tendrils hung slack with shock. I don't understand." Lisa scratched behind Riley's ears, and the dog's back legs started thumping against the floor in pleasure. "Humans domesticated wolves about 30,000 years ago. We formed a partnership. They helped us hunt. We gave them shelter and food. Over time, they evolved alongside us. Dogs aren't just predators, Doctor. They're family." Max nodded toward Riley. "She'd die protecting Lisa, but more than that, she trusts her. Completely. That kind of bond. It's what makes humans human, I think. We didn't conquer our world alone. We made alliances, even with predators." Zixthar moved closer cautiously, his scientific curiosity overriding his fear. Riley watched him approach but showed no aggression. When Lisa nodded encouragingly, he extended one tendril toward the creature. Riley sniffed it, then licked it with a wet tongue. "She likes you," Lisa said with a smile. Over the next hour, Zixthar examined Riley thoroughly with Lisa's permission. He learned about the dog's enhanced sense of smell, capable of detecting diseases and emotional states. He discovered their capacity for loyalty, for joy, for grief. He reviewed data on therapy dogs, service dogs, search and rescue dogs, all the ways these predators had integrated into human society not as weapons, but as companions. When the examination concluded, Zixthar sat back on his supporting legs, his mind reeling with implications. The galaxy classified species in rigid categories: predator, prey, neutral. Humans had transcended those categories entirely. "We've been mapping the galaxy for 8 centuries, he said softly. "We've cataloged thousands of species, but we've never encountered anything like this. A predator species that doesn't just coexist with another predator, but loves it." Max scratched Riley's head, earning an appreciative tail wag. "Maybe that's humanity's real contribution to the galaxy, Doctor. Not our technology or our weapons, but proof that predator and prey, fear and trust, they're not as fixed as everyone thinks. Everything can be scared. Everything can be kind. You just have to be willing to see it." As Zixthar watched Lisa and Riley walk back toward their ship, the dog's tail wagging contentedly, he realized the humans had taught him something his 3 decades of xenobiology never had. The universe was far stranger, and far more hopeful than he'd ever imagined. Sometimes the scariest thing wasn't the predator in front of you. It was realizing how much of the universe you'd misunderstood.